The Love is Blind Season 7 reunion has arrived, and everyone is looking depressed. Probably because they spent the last hour and a half having to sit through this.
Your voice, you were very upset,
They had
Tim.
to come. I was upset
You were
after
yelling.
you touched me.
Just take accountability.
Yeah, just.
I didn't.
Okay, so Monica,
You said she looked like a grenade.
You texted me 3 days ago after
some
some girls DM'd me talking about how you're trying to fly her out for the reunion.
Oh, this is giving maturity. But don't worry, Nick and Vanessa Lachey are here to ask all the hard-hitting questions. Maybe we'll see. It's a bit of a roll of the dice with these two. Okay though, first and foremost, where are our married couples at? Still together? Any news about child support and unplanned pregnancies shake things up? Is Garrett still not talking to that ex that DM'd him?
I want to congratulate both of our married couples, Taylor and Garrett, and Ashley and Tyler. Congratulations.
Yes.
Well, looks like both the married couples are still together, and hello, Garrett? Okay, given that Zoolander Fashion Week glow-up vibe.
That's
Garrett.
so hot right now.
The wife effect is truly real, people. But right away, this reunion turns to Ashley and Tyler, and all the tea on him actually being more involved with his sperm donor kids than he mentioned on the show.
Those kids, that family, they did not sign up for this. So what is happening now is I tried to keep that from happening.
Okay, but you realize lying about not even being sure if they know what you look like throws them even more into the conversation, right?
Ashley knows all this, but I don't owe anyone an explanation but my wife.
Which is true. At the end of the day, she's the one who gets to decide if she's okay with this. And apparently, she's totally okay with this, saying, who do you think knows better about this situation, social media or me?
I said, do they know what you look like? He's like, I don't think so.
You could tell that
he was trying to lie.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Let me say that he was trying to lie for the cameras, but you guys had already had this conversation.
Okay, I'm starting to pull out the side eye here. Is she saying she knew more, but they were lying to the cameras to try and protect him or the relationship or something? If so, why was she expressing doubts in all those scenes and looking confused? Also, that's great for protecting the relationship and all, but what about those kids who now have this out on TV with their dad saying,
do the kids know what you look like?
I don't think so.
Because the mom seems to claim that while the first child was a sperm donor situation, the twins was more of a natural, unplanned situation. But hey, if Ashley wants to go,
That's mine. And
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
that's her decision. She's right. She has more insight on this man than we do. But I still want to know, is he involved in those kids' lives? Is Ashley now involved also? Sadly, that question is not answered here, and we move on to Marissa and Ramsy's, where I hope someone made sure there were no scissors in the building, cause Marissa's mom does not look pleased.
Came in here looking for the love of my life, and once we got into that latter portion of the experience, I basically started to recognize how far of a space there was in our energy.
So with these two, there's not a lot of new information. Ramsy says he regrets that he came to his clarity about their relationship so late in the process, but he knew if he moved forward, he'd be feeling exhausted every day. Which has Marissa going,
exhausted and overwhelmed. I don't want to change who she is. She deserves a person.
You and Mom both, Marissa. And the only thing that Ramsey really wants to make clear is that the conversation they had about contraception was much more nuanced than what the show put in.
At no point did I ever try to present Marissa with an ultimatum. We had a conversation about multiple methods. We arrived at sort of a solution that worked best for us.
Now at this point, we get a whole segment with Zach and Bliss, and even a recap of their relationship, which had me going, I'm sorry, were they on this season? And then we get more information on their baby, and they start talking about how Leanne Womack sent them baby clothes, and I say this as generally a Zach and Bliss fan who's also a dad, but
I'm telling you, that baby could be the star of a show called Babies I Don't Care About.
Respectfully, I'm here to watch the mess from this season's cast. I'll go watch their adorable baby and happy lives on their socials. And speaking of babies, it's now time to talk to the baby of the season, Hannah. And of course, I mean baby of the season because she was the youngest cast member, not because of her maturity or anything. But here's Hannah's opportunity to reflect on her time on the show, reflect on her relationship with Nick, and let us know if she's done any growing since looking back at things.
Yeah, I think my personality is I'm very to the point, I'm very direct. That's just who I am. I'm very blunt. The things that I said were all true, but it's just the way that you say it.
So I guess that's a no on the growth. And Hannah really wants to drive home that she's just direct.
I am direct and I'll just say things. I am direct. I just need to work on how direct I am. I'm just direct, okay? I'm a bitch sometimes. I get it. I know. I'm just direct. Period. I'm very direct.
Okay, but being direct is not an excuse for being mean. Now at this point, Nick starts to say that Hannah's a fantastic person and doesn't deserve a lot of the hate she's been getting, which sets off everything. Like, from here, it's about to go down.
And she's received way too much hate.
Why are you liking the hate comments then that people are leaving on your page?
This then causes Hannah to bring up something that Nick apparently wrote before the show started, a list of 90-day goals he had that included...
And then the third bullet point, which was by far the most interesting, was that he wants to be the most famous person ever on Love is Blind.
Which sets off Marissa, who apparently is full-blown Team Hannah. Like, they are very close friends. And amidst the chaos that ensues, essentially two main points are brought up against Nick. The first is that the note he left proves he came on the show for fame and not love. Which, spoiler alert, they all did. Like, Hannah is going full throttle on the influencer career, and I say this with absolute sincerity. Go off, girl. Use this show. Get your bag. Anyone would do it. But like, to turn that around on Nick? Come on. All of these people are here, at least partly, for the fame. I mean, the show is too big now for that to not be a factor for every single person here. At least a little bit. I just hope that people also come on the show genuinely hoping to find love. Also, what is it with this relationship and private notes being left out for other people to find? Is that their kink or something? But the second issue brought forth against Nick is that he secretly was telling the guys he didn't like Hannah's appearance, and he called her a grenade. He denies it, but the guys are keeping quiet. That is, until they get pressured to speak.
Steven, I don't want to bring up bro code and any violation of bro code, but I mean, this is clearly sounds like it has gone through you, so did that happen?
Yeah.
So from here, Hannah, and actually mainly Marissa, start putting the heat on Nick.
Hannah was a bitch to Nick, and I'm sorry for that as her best friend. She's been mean to me before, too. You said some mean shit, it got back. Ramsey, you want to sit there quietly, go figure. Like, you know what you said. You know what he said.
Okay, but wait, she's been mean to Marissa too? This is so odd. But yes, Nick obviously said some things to the guys behind Hannah's back. I mean, when even Ramses is out here going...
If there's any moment to take accountability for anything, it's right now. Like, everybody messes up, everybody says things that maybe you regret, but let's keep it 100, man.
Yeah, he said the stuff. He claims what he said was he was underwhelmed, but that he never said the grenade thing. Either way, it's not a good look. It's just that this all seems like a way to justify what Hannah did, and that's why Hannah and Marissa don't come off well in this bit either.
When I saw Hannah at the reveal, I never said she was a grenade.
Or number 5. 5 out of 10, okay.
Why did she invite me over a month after the show to hang out?
Because we're all human. I was that man. Like, we all do crazy shit. Like, it's a breakup.
Is she really hating
you?
They then bring out Katie to address the stuff Hannah said after the flapper party. Specifically, that Hannah didn't know if she trusted her, quote, best friend Katie. To which Katie says she was hurt. She was really unwell when she found out, and she spent this whole time wondering what she said that night, waiting for the episode to come out, only to find out it wasn't that bad. Hannah then tells Katie she trusts her and that it was just something she said in the heat of the moment.
Katie, I trust you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there's someone...
No, not the comment from Marissa's mom. I wonder if she knows about the times Hannah's been mean to Marissa, too. Well, from here, we then bring in everyone's favorite art dealer and his ex-self-proclaimed trophy wife, Brittany, who both claim to be good friends now. Essentially, they chalk up their relationship failing to, quote, a lot of little things building up. For example, like how he would always take sips out of her martinis, but I'm gonna throw out another side eye here, cause we know that's not the reason she wasn't into him. After that, they then talk about Leo's temper tantrum with Hannah when he was still figuring out who he wanted to be with in the pods. And boy oh boy, does this man have a way with words.
When you're at a restaurant and, you're between should I have the pasta or the steak, And the waiter comes to the table, and he's like, is everybody ready to order? And everyone says yes. And he goes around the table, and you're like, let me order last.
Ah yes, comparing the women he's dating to food. This will surely go over well.
The issue is, the food has feelings.
I think that women probably don't want to be associated with being steak or pasta.
I'm all right with being associated with meat, apparently. So.
Steven, we'll get to you.
Oh my good lord, the cringe. So Leo apologizes to Hannah, and we quickly turn back to Meat Man Steven, who apparently did actually go to a sleep test. But I mean, he went drunk? What? That's still wild.
Steven, tell us what was in the text.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. They're pretty juicy. I don't remember. I really don't. I deleted them.
So during...
Okay, did he also come to this drunk? Well, Steven comes out and continues his line of, nobody's going to believe me, so why should I drop the details on the texts?
Nobody's really wanted to listen to me from the beginning.
I want to hear.
So I understand that. I'd love to tell it, but to be honest, I don't think anybody believes me, wants to hear, so at the end of the day, why should I?
And yet another moment where my side eye's coming out. But eventually he's coaxed into dropping some details, like apparently this woman was someone he knew or had been talking to for a long time, but never met in person. And the way the exchange allegedly developed is just odd.
I had a moment of weakness where somebody texted me and they were talking about a heart condition. And then immediately after that, they go into, so I've gotten into some interesting fetishes lately. I was still curious how you made this jump, so I said, what kind of fetishes? And then I entertained that. Yeah, I entertained that.
He then says the exchange really just started out of nowhere that day, but Monica has doubts because there were a lot of messages between the two that go beyond that day.
You didn't start texting her that day on Instagram.
No, I've known her for years. Those
Okay,
texts
yeah,
are just, I don't delete my text threads. And that's the other thing. I don't delete my text threads.
Flashback.
Were you guys texting today?
No,
You weren't texting today. Okay, let me see your phone.
I deleted the message.
End of flashback.
But now on to the next problem relationship, Alex and Tim, where first we get more details on the Mexico fight. Apparently, Alex was tired and missing her family as her dad was put in a rehab facility right before she left, so she just wanted some space and a shower and to go to bed. He says he saw she was off and as a fiance wanted to be let in and to try and comfort her. They both also agree that the hand on the mouth wasn't assault, with Alex saying it was more to do with trying to not get production alerted and rushing in with the cameras. However, this conversation also quickly devolves. Tim brings up being called a name by her.
Well, because he was disrespecting me for like over an hour, said you're acting like a little ass bitch, and I'm not taking it anymore.
That's crazy.
And Alex defends her nap after meeting his parents, saying she spent many hours with them and had to work a bartender shift from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. that night, so she was just trying to get in a rest before that. Tim then accuses her of this.
And she says she has to work, which is fine. I get it. Everybody makes a living. She didn't mention that she was in the club till 4 in the morning the night before. She didn't mention that the day after that, she didn't text me till 10 in the morning.
And she says he has the days mixed up as they went to dinner that night. Ultimately, though, this is all just another headache of he said, she said. He says she's lying, and she says he's lying. All while everyone else looks so happy to be in the middle of this. But afterwards, we finally do get something happy. Garrett and Taylor are here, they're both together, and they are both looking sharp. I mean, Taylor especially, because that dress looks like it would actually cut me up. It's a lethal look.
So hot right now.
So these two apparently have moved around, they did the San Diego thing, and are now moving to DC. Because Garrett and Taylor did what so many of these couples should have done more of, they communicated. He really missed his family, and Taylor was willing to move back to make him happy because she sees her and her husband as a unit. Plus, Taylor's folks have all this money saved not having to do a wedding, so they can fly in like any time.
Thank you, Netflix, because all the money I had saved for that grandiose wedding. Netflix!
Favorite joke ever.
And there you have it. The reunion. We even get a look at some season 8 contestants, which is going to premiere on Valentine's Day 2025, and oh, I can't forget they even bring out Jessica. You know, dog wine Jessica from season 1, cause she now has a husband and a baby, and I just gotta say,
I'm telling you, that baby could be the star of a show called...
Wait, stop the meme. He's wearing a little suit. Never mind, that's adorable. So that's it for this recap of the Love is Blind Season 7 reunion. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
That's so hot right now.
Garrett.
So hot right now.